What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. We broadcast live every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. During the season, we also broadcast live on Friday night at 8 o'clock. That is usually our preview show. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's TRAUCH21. We want to thank everybody that calls in, tunes in, listens in, interacts with us on any kind of social media platform. We truly appreciate it. This video is actually about the history of our show because I was just notified that it's going to be, we're almost doing this 6 years in a couple weeks. So that's kind of wild to me. So kind of a little background on our show. I'm obviously very bored during this virus. So I hope everybody is safe. Everybody's washing your hands, practicing social distancing is obviously very important. This whole show came about years ago. And me personally, I started out with a whole different show altogether where a friend reached out and said, hey, listen, man, we want to start a sports, a Jets sports radio show. Because usually in the New York market, I was a big fan of Mike and the Mad Dog. You hear a little bit of Jets talk, but it's always Yankees and Mets and Giants. As a Jets fan, you used to get pissed. And there were so many points of view we always wanted to share. And my biggest bugaboo is when an expert would say, well, the fans think this. Well, how do you know what the fans think? 'Cause you're not one yourself. I hate when people speak for Jets fans when you're not actually a fan. Drives me insane. So the guy said, hey, man, do you want us to do this podcast, this internet radio show? Talking Jets. And I'm like, all right, I've always loved talking football. Why not? Let's try it. I doubt nobody's going to call in. Nobody gives two shits what I'm going to say. So we'll see what happens. I did it with a very interesting, intelligent, well-spoken guy called Dennis Agapito, which some of you guys may even know who he is. Dennis was phenomenal, and he was a radio expert. He coordinated the show. He did everything. All I basically did was call in and talk football and just speak my point of view. And lo and behold, people started calling in, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, Jet fans actually want to talk football with us, which is crazy because I'm just a fan. I will never pretend I'm an expert. I just go by what I see and what I've experienced over the 20 years of watching this team, 30 years. So we did a show for a while, and slowly but surely it started to grow. We got more callers. It became a lot of fun interactions. And as a fan, one of my biggest dreams was always to get a chance to interview my favorite players. Like, that was the goal. I couldn't wait to try it. I didn't know how to do it. So we started to get on some, lower level players, and it was so cool. Like, it was like just a thrill. And what happened was, slowly but surely, the Jets, every time a regime change, every time a coaching staff or front office changes, they change their team policies. So they can play with your media credentials however they want. They won't admit to it. They do it. It still happens today. It's complete bullshit, but whatever. So when our show started to make some progress, not a lot. I'm not talking a lot of listens here, but we made some progress. We were getting declined interviews because we weren't big enough, or we weren't this, we weren't that. And keep in mind, the one thing we do, even though we do a lot of craziness on our show, is we take a lot of pride in our interviews. We're professional, we're fair, we're honest. We don't cater our interview questions. We don't pull any punches. We're honest, and we want to talk football. We don't have an agenda, and we've always been like that. Like, any player that comes on, we want to promote any charity events, their websites. We want to talk football, their off season, their training. We always keep it professional. We don't do anything crazy. Like, we try to treat it real. We've always done that since as long as I've been doing this. The Jets, for whatever reason, decided not to do that anymore. They cut back our credentials, and Dennis got completely disheartened. And I don't believe, because he put a lot of time into it. He had a locker room pass. He was doing post game interviews, doing a lot of great stuff. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they said, no, we can't do it anymore. So we fought for it. Dennis just couldn't do it anymore. He just lost his passion for it. He was completely disheartened. I didn't blame him for it. And I was kind of like, hey, man, I really don't know what to do. Do I keep doing it? I kind of thought it was fun. It was fun to hear other Jet fans talk their point of view. And one of the callers that we had we had a couple callers that were really great. Panda, Joe, if you guys know him, and Long Beach Joe. Long Beach Joe used to call in, and we used to go at it, and I was like, man, this guy's just great. Like, we would always argue. He had points, and I'm like, this guy out in California, just fire him. Who the hell is this guy? So, we did a couple of different changes. I kept trying to do it by myself. We had a variety of different hosts. And then finally I got a hold of Long Beach Joe, because their show it was a different website. And we launched Let's Talk Jets, April 13th of 2014. We started it. Didn't know what to name it. Didn't know what to call it. Didn't know what to expect. All the money's out of our own pockets. We just try to figure out what can we do to have a show where fans can talk. And the one thing people don't understand is a live talk show is so much different than a normal podcast. There's not many platforms you can use. So we can only use Block Talk because we take live callers and we have to call in ourselves. So our audio is not always great. We have a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulty trying to coordinate it. We have to screen calls. We got to do a lot of different things. So a lot of times you guys say, hey, you sound like shit, or this or that, or there's echoes, or there's crackling, or whatever else. And I get it, but we don't have a lot of options. So we try the best we can. We tried sound software, and I'm not a tech guru by no means. We all have full-time jobs or 2 jobs. We're all super busy, so we don't have a lot of time and energy to put into the sound. So anyway, we launched the show, we get Joe, and it was like, we didn't know what to expect. And the other thing people don't understand is we put a lot of time into this. Following football now is a year-round thing. You got to be on it day in and day out, because if you're not, your callers will expose you. Like, our callers are great. As you guys know, our callers will bring it. They'll talk about the 4th-string linebacker. If you don't know who he is, you're going to get ripped. So they hold us accountable, and we hold them accountable. So you got to really stay up to beat. You got to know what's going on. You got to watch the games, the post-game, the pre-game. You got to know what's going on. So it's very hard to find 3 guys is committed to do the same thing week in and week out for 6 years. And I've been blessed. I mean, working with Joe, and not working, but doing this with Joe and Kevin Kevin Sirkin, has been awesome. I mean, it's never been easy. We've had a lot of arguments and fights, and you get caught up in so many things. So as the show launches, we do it. We just keep plowing through it, and lo and behold, Jay, NYSF Magazine, or NYJetsFans.com for a while there, he took a chance on us. He said, listen, you guys are doing a good thing. You're trying your hardest. I'll sponsor you guys. And he covered our costs, let us keep doing it and not taking money out of our pocket, which was a huge boost. Jay was a big supporter of us. He was kind of controversial, but he always helped us out. And we gave him a platform. He gave us a platform to keep doing it. We kept promoting and doing everything we can. And then what happened was we got back in good graces with the Jets. And I think the Jets, one of the things we try to do is we have no cursing on our show. We try to stay professional. But we also went to a lot of charity events. We reached out to a lot of players. And we did a lot of good things because, listen, we're just fans. We don't have an agenda. The Jets don't tell us what to say, and we don't tell them we don't tell them anything. We just say, listen, we want to do a show and just have a good time with it and let the fans have a voice. So lo and behold, the Jets came back and said we started getting player access again. A lot of it was on my own. I went behind the scenes. I reached out to agents, and then we started as a fan. We had a chance to interview some of our favorite players of all time, to get a chance to talk to Victor Green. We talked to somebody like Thomas Jones and Quincy Enunwa, and we had Mike Tannenbaum. We talked to Mike Tannenbaum twice. We interviewed Warren Moon. We had Bilal Powell, all these guys. As a fan, it was awesome. But our whole goal was to get them to talk to us, to share to you, so you can understand. When you see the stuff in the media, they have the same 3 or 4 questions, and they're trying to get a story and trying to get a headline. We don't care about headlines. We want to know what they do in the offseason. What are their challenges? What is Sam Darnold doing in the background? Who's a leader? Who's not? How do you get better? What are your biggest challenges when you try to learn a new game plan? We try to talk sports with guys, with Jordan Jenkins and Brandon Copeland. And that's always been our goal. We don't play games. We want to have fun debate. We want to support people. We also want to learn from it. So over time, we got a lot of players on. We established a very good relationship with agents and the team, and the show kept growing. And it's all because people listened in and they called in, and we have fun with it. The one thing people don't understand is we try to make it entertaining. Yes, I go crazy sometimes, but a lot of times it's to cause debate. It's to get new thoughts or to get a new reaction or get a new perspective. You don't want to hear the same old shit over and over and over where, this can't happen and this can happen and recap it. There are so many podcasts and so many great podcasts, so many great websites, so many great writers, but a lot of people are saying the same thing. So we try to make it entertaining where you laugh or you get pissed off to the point you say, you know what, I want to call in and argue with him because he's completely out of his mind. And that's fine. But the whole goal is to have that, is to have the little escape from the world to talk Jets football. Like I said, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. But it's what we all enjoy doing. And it's a team that we live and die for. Our goal is the same thing for all of us. No matter what point of view we have, is we are dying to have an AFC East title again, a home playoff game, a home championship game, and then go to Super Bowl. That's what we all want. We can argue about whatever we want, however we want. We all want to win so damn bad. So this is kind of the background of what we're doing. Like I said, we broadcast live. Primetime Kevin Sirkin is a phenomenal producer. Does a lot of our shit in the background. Like I said, it's been 6 years, which is mind blowing to me, and we've been through a lot. We've been through so much because this team will bring you to the brink because it gets stressful. You try to put out a good show. You try to do so many different things. You worry about listens, you worry about sponsors, you worry about getting advertisers, and sometimes you get caught up in it and you don't know what to do. Like, are we doing enough? Are we not doing enough? Should we just give it up? Is it not worth it anymore? And what you learn is, listen, it's a great outlet for a lot of us. And when we appreciate all the support. So, listens don't matter to me anymore. Like, I used to get obsessed about, we got to get, we have over 1 million listens. We got to get this. We got to get that. We got to get this player. And like, you get so driven by it. I'm like, you know what? Where's the fun? It's got to be fun for all of us. Like Yankee John, if you guys don't follow him on Twitter, is a phenomenal guy too. He helps us so much too. During the show, we're doing things. He's tweeting out gifts and all kinds of shit. It's just, we try to make it all a big happy family to the point where we would love to have it if this team ever gets good again, which to me won't be this year, but if they ever get good again, we're going to have one massive ass tailgate where everybody comes with their favorite beer and we're going to drink and we're going to celebrate the success of this team with Sam Darnold and Jamal Adams. I'm not sure the coach will be, but we want to have that. We want to have that family. We're all together. We're all in this. There's nobody above anybody else. There's nobody better than anybody else. Like I said, I like to stir the pot. I like to piss people off and rattle cages because I want reactions. I want to make it interesting. I want to get that emotion out of people that we all have. And so this is a long ass video. Holy cow. So this is just kind of background of where we are, what we do. Like I said, we broadcast live. It makes it very challenging. I wish there was a better platform to do it. I wish we had better audio at times. We don't. We're trying. We try every day to make the show better. If anybody ever has ideas or everybody wants to help us, like the way Kevin got involved, he's reached out, and Jay always, people help us out. We always appreciate it. If you want us to come on your show and talk, we do it. We try to help everybody out. It gets ugly sometimes because people plays a lot of politics sometimes with podcasts and you can't do this and you can't do that. And we can't be associated with you. We really don't give a shit. Like, listen, we've been doing it a while. We like to have a good time. We try to promote whoever we can. And that's it, So if you want to help us, if you want to do whatever, I got Ballast Point here. I got our good friend Ryan. He sends us all kinds of really cool stuff. Ballast Point Brewery, Ryan Barker, thank you. Anything. You want to help us, you want to support us, you want to advertise, you want to just call in, whatever you want to do, we appreciate it. Like I said, it's the whole goal of this is to be fun for everybody, and that's it. And I can't believe it's 6 years, so I want to thank Joe. Obviously, Joe deals with all my bullshit, and I know I drive him absolutely insane. I'm to the point now where I can tell when he's rolling his eyes. I can tell when he's putting his phone on mute. And I know I drive Kevin insane. I text him at all hours of the night with ideas. And I know when he's just like tired of it. And when we have like 15 people on hold and the whole times are an hour and it's pissing them off. Like, I know I drive those guys both crazy. But it is what it is. Nature of the beast, I guess. So first, I want to thank them. I want to thank Jay for advertising us early on when nobody wanted to touch us. We were an island by ourselves. We're not affiliated to anybody. So we don't have backing of a website. We don't have backing of anybody. We're kind of on an island by ourselves. So a lot of podcasts group up together and kind of team up, and we don't do that. We just kind of stay by ourselves and do our own thing. And we want to thank the callers because the callers are phenomenal. We have so many great callers that bring in so much intelligent insight that there are shows when it ends, I think about it, I'm like, holy shit, I never thought about that. Like, that point's phenomenal. And I go research and I think about it. We want to thank everybody that listens. We used to do shows, an international show. We used to do weekend shows on the weekends where we can get like the callers from the UK and Ireland and everybody else. And I cannot thank everybody enough for everybody that reaches out and listens to us. Like I said, we're just fans, man. We're like Fireman Ed's such an awesome dude. He comes on our show and he's such a passionate fan. We can sit and talk to him and that's all we are. Like, we just want to win so goddamn bad that we get so caught up into it and so passionate about it. We're like, dude, how we don't do this? And how do we, cause we just want to win. Like, we've all earned it at this point. We blood, sweat, and tears. We're dying to see this shit. All the money we spent. So want to thank Jay, Joe, Kevin, Fireman Ed, all of you for listening, all of you for calling in, all the players. As a sports fan, it's been a dream come true to talk to some of my favorite players like Thomas Jones and Jordan Jenkins and all these Victor Green. Like, dude, it's so cool. Like, Mike Tannenbaum was mind-blowing to me. Thank the Jets for that. I'm not sure what's going to happen this year if they credential us again. We'll see what happens. But just thank you. Thank you for watching this too. So probably my longest video to date. Just want to give a little background on what's going on. And that's it. TRAUCH 21. And we're broadcast live Tuesday night.